Before Anna started treating me for stress, I could catch every bug, cold, or flu that seemed to creep into the office. I would spend each winter fighting infection because stress had weakened the immune system. The opposite is now occurring. I am healthy. Thank you for strengthening my immune system and lowering my stress. Signed, CAS. I'd like to note that this person used to be very sick before she started seeing me in 2007. A different patient who's been with me since 2007. So this particular person has also graduated from many health issues, which I'm also very proud of. And when it comes to her immune system, she has noticed since 2007 that she's not like how she was growing up. This woman is now 40 years old, and prior to 2007, growing up, she would be on antibiotics straight from October until May, and that was her lifestyle from when she was a little girl. And she told me that when she was 3 years old, her mother just informed her that she would be so stressed out that she would pull her hair at just 3 years old. And so that kind of gives you an understanding of how even babies can be dealing with a great deal of stress. They may not show it by saying, I'm stressed out, but they may do things such as act up emotionally. They may act up by pulling their hair and many other ways. I have a 5-year-old, and I'm in my 29th week of pregnancy, and so or my 28th week of pregnancy. And I have lots of patients with children, and not including my family and friends who have children. And so I can see how babies and young children can show their stress, not necessarily have the mental capacity to say that I'm stressed out. And then it turns out that they end up being the kinds of people that are very ill, showing signs of asthma, respiratory issues, bronchitis, pneumonia. So those are indicators that you really want to pay attention to when it comes to all kinds of people, from babies until people in their old age. You want to pay attention to a person's stress level because that will compromise the immune system. So it's extremely important to do things like yoga, tai chi, exercising, running. Nothing replaces exercise. Nice walk, hanging out with your family and friends and your dogs, and hopefully hanging out with them when they're not sick. So I really am grateful for this testimonial because CAS really did a great job going into why she should normally be sick, but she's not, despite all the changes in her life because of our work together. And just buying a house can be stressful, and just going through Christmas can be stressful. And she went through all these changes in 6 months, not even mentioning that she almost was in a position where she almost lost her job like other people, but fortunately she's still at her job, and she's gotten a raise and she's gotten promoted, so those are great news. But just life can be very stressful, so I urge all of you to really pay attention to your stress level and focus on your immune system, because as your first line of defense, and if you can keep that strong, many other health issues can be kept at bay and you can live an optimal life. This one actually was written by my sister-in-law, so I'd like to add this one. Anna has the best herbs to treat bronchitis. I took her herbal prescription, and I noticed right away that my coughing is 100% better from 1 month of coughing from bronchitis. I got sick again and took the pills and got better faster than normal the second time. I am a firm believer in her treatments. I have Graves' disease, and my immunity is at stake here. When I get the common cold or flu, it's 10 times worse for me. My endocrinologist didn't give me much to go on, so I have to treat myself. Thank you, Anne, for guiding me on how to feel better. Aurora Marie. And so, of course, I'm very grateful whenever family members do heed my advice, especially when it comes to natural medicine. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are powerful medicines. I do like people to know that it can take time. Not everyone is aggressive like me when it comes to my health. But if you can be aggressive, you will see results happen quickly. But be realistic. If you've had a health issue for a very long time, it can take 10 to 20 treatments just to scratch the surface. If you're going just once a week, it can take 30 to 50 weeks, leaning towards the 50 weeks, because acupuncture really should be done several times a week, anywhere like 3 to 5 times a week if you can do it. And if you can do herbs, that would be phenomenal. Whoever you're talking to, if as an acupuncturist or if you end up becoming my patient, don't be surprised if when it comes to your immune system, I really push for um, an immune formula down the road to keep your health strong. Not all my patients take them because they have strong immune systems, but as for me and several of my patients, they're on a maintenance formula because they would rather take the time, put forth the energy and some of the money to just take a maintenance formula every day so that when tough times happen, like what they're going on right now, there's a very resistant sinus infection going on out there. We're not dealing with it. I get in touch with lots of sick people and I do not get sick. And I attribute that to the fact that I have a very strong immune system. So really, don't discount herbs. Really focus on their power, and you must be under the care of a licensed acupuncturist or herbalist. I highly recommend it because when you're diagnosing yourself and you're taking some formulas because you heard it's good or you did some research about it, you really don't know if it's the right formula for you. It can be a very powerful formula, but it may or may not be the right one for you. So instead of wasting your time and your energy and your money, you can just get the guidance of someone who's been trained properly and prevent any negative side effects down the road, or save your money because you might be investing in something that might be expensive but not anywhere good for your health. And so there are a couple of more testimonials that I'd like to read. Anna, with constant travel, hours in front of a computer, and the stress of an executive lifestyle, my body began to give up trying to compensate for the lack of sleep and attention needed. With your treatment and attention to what my body needed, I saw a surge in energy, my immune system rebounded, and I am now able to tackle the never-ending list in front of me with the confidence that my body will not let me down. I look forward to my next treatment, Pete, with the Buddy Group. And the next one is from Thomas, a very good friend of mine who has a very lucrative and prosperous business in San Diego, which is called Spirit Graphics. As a busy owner and operator of a commercial printing and graphic design company here in San Diego, Anna has helped me with my stress, sore muscles, and immune system. Because of Chinese medicine, I am always on top of my game at work. It would be my pleasure to talk with anyone about Anna's skills as a practitioner and her treatments with me over the years. Thanks so much. Thomas Ackerman, Spirit Graphics and Printing Incorporated. So Thomas has been a good friend of mine for many years. Unfortunately, I don't get to treat him anymore because I'm now in Orange County. But those last two testimonials are from people who do have high-profile positions, and I have other patients with really high-profile positions who do not have time to be sick, and they want a strong immune system. And I, as a practitioner, really take pride in the fact that I see results fast. I don't have time to be sick in my own life, and I do not like my patients to be sick, and I like to get them I like my patients to be healthy as quickly as possible so that they can go on and contribute what their skills are and what their gifts are to the world. But again, I do have to really emphasize that if you have a very compromised immune system, please be patient. You're going to have to give it 3 to 6 months, sometimes earlier. But if you've been dealing with health issues for a very long time, you're going to have to commit the work towards it. If you want things in your life to change, you're going to have to make some things change. And that means going in for treatments, ideally with a licensed acupuncturist who will also put you on the appropriate herbal formulas to get your health back on track. And then I have some patients where I just have to treat them a few times, maybe do 1 or 2 bottles of herbs, and they are just fine. And I have some patients that are really committed, and they'll go and they'll take a prescription from me, go to an herbal pharmacy and cook the herbs. But most patients that I have are very busy individuals that they don't have time to cook herbs. So I carry a strong brand with extremely high quality control that are European grade. And I can describe that more if you send me an email at anna@moveyourqi.com.